I am not as familiar with the comics, but I grew up on the 90s cartoon, which was amazing. When I would later go back and check out the amazing Fantasy number 15, the tone is very consistent. Spider-Man's actually not making jokes back then. And I even got the first 100 or the first 12 issues. Spider-Man, like, he's exactly what Sam Raimi is presenting in the movies in those initial runs of Spider-Man. Like, he was just a very relatable guy struggling with things. And sort of the first story of Spider-Man, we all know, and I believe this is the best translation of Stan Lee's initial work. It's really extremely faithful to Amazing Spider-Man number 15, although it does sort of draw things out and tell them in a perfect dramatic way to get each point hit across. But, you know, we all know the story. Peter Parker, he's bullied, not popular. He's a huge nerd. He loves science and technology, but that's not winning him any points with the ladies or making him any friends. You know, he gets bitten by a radioactive spider, starts developing his abilities. He tries to make some money using his powers. In the film version, he's not being paid enough.
$100. Yeah, it said 3,000.
In the original version, he is Spider-Man for some time, not letting anyone know what he's doing. But in both versions, he lets a criminal go who has robbed his workplace.
What the hell's the matter with you? You let him go.
And, you know, he's Spider-Man at this point. He has superpowers, super strength. He shoots webs. He has every bit of the ability to do something about this particular crime. And he does nothing. In both cases of comic book and movie, it's ego. In the case of the comic book, it's pure ego. He just doesn't care. You know, the world has molded him into this very selfish person. And that very much is stressed in the film when he's not paid enough because, yes, he dressed up as a colorful character and he won a wrestling match against Randy Savage. Bonesaw McGraw. Yes, he did these things and he won, but he didn't do it in exactly the way that the contest said.
He said $3,000 for 3 minutes, and you pinned him in 2.
So he does not get the full amount of money.
I need that money. I missed the part where that's my problem.
This gives him a chip on his shoulder, which again, out of ego, out of this sick need for like sticking it to the man, this version of Peter Parker lets the robber go.
You could have taken that guy apart. Now he's going to get away with my money. I missed the part where that's my problem.
I love Tobey's face here. He's a sinner. He's like pride and anger and rule. You see a look in his face there that you won't see anywhere else in the picture. He's full of himself, feels his bitter justice has been served. To sin he'll end up paying for the rest of his life.
And this ends up costing him his uncle's life. In the comic book, months go by. Dramatically, it's far more interesting that he comes right outside. The consequence happens immediately. He doesn't know the connection yet, but it forces him to really practice this web slinging, giving us that amazing, harrowing first web sequence where he really learns to web sling. And in Sam Raimi's direction, he wanted this to be this awkward spider dance that both Spider-Man and the cameraman get better at the same exact time across that fight scene. That just as another piece of storytelling, this sequence begins with Spider-Man not being good at web swinging and ends with him being functionally good at web swinging.
Arthur Coburn was insistent, one of our editors, that we had to track his progression, that he had to have, as far as his development of grace, he had to be as awkward as possible in this early sequence to sell it. I thought that was a great idea.
The action is absolutely part of the storytelling. Like, the action scene isn't just there to be a fun, cute scene. Every single scene is an opportunity to tell the story. And then he gets the revelation, oh my God, the guy who shot Uncle Ben is the same guy I let run outside of the wrestling ring. I am responsible for letting him go. Thus, I am responsible for Uncle Ben's death, and beginning the great secret that he carries and the great guilt that he carries. And this has so much meaning to Spider-Man as to why he wears the Spider-Man mask. Just a little analysis here. Like every time he puts on that mask, he's going back to the night he let a criminal go that killed his uncle. So every time he puts on that mask, he is getting an opportunity to do the right thing that he didn't do the first time he put on the mask. That's a huge element of the character that this movie absolutely nails. That every time he's Spider-Man, he's fighting the night that he can never get back, where the first time he was Spider-Man, he could have done something that would have saved his uncle's life, and now forever, every opportunity, he puts on that mask so he can fight that version of himself that was just so selfish.